Let's dig a bit deeper and answer some questions you may be thinking about. What does student-led learning look like in a classroom and virtually? Let's start in the classroom. Design the classroom space together or in a way that gives students access to supplies and materials needed. Gather together in a space where students can share openly. It may look like organized chaos in your classroom at times. Boundaries are made, but may look different according to the day and where your students are in their own research and study. You'll need to have some boundaries, but also understand that it will sometimes be loud, sometimes quiet, sometimes students will be collaborating in groups, and sometimes they're going to want to work independently. It may look messy, and kids may be learning through their happy accidents or mistakes. The teacher is a guide and facilitator, walking around to ask reflective questions or guide students to ask their own questions. They may also be providing demonstrations or pulling up information to support students in their explorations. Students may be sharing out work or getting feedback from their peers through a whole group setting or through a gallery walk in the classroom. Now, student-led learning in a virtual classroom looks a bit different. Students can lead sessions on different topics of interest. You'll need to consider supplies needed for student work. Do they need anything to be sent home? Use collaborative tools like Padlet or Zoom's Annotate feature for students to share. Use breakout rooms or facilitate group work. Make sure they know how to research or use the tools that you are sharing with them to store and share their learning. Google makes many different tools for that. In both settings, make connections with students. Find out their passions and interests. Don't start right away with a curriculum standards at the beginning of the school year. Find out what makes them excited and have them share with each other in many ways. Create portfolios either online or with folders for students to collect their work. Use themes to guide students' learning to keep ties to the curriculum. Share the standards with students to see if they see natural fits for their interests. Use design thinking strategies when students are working. This will give structure to the process. There are times that are better for teacher-led learning versus student-led. Talk to colleagues or instructional coaches to get feedback on natural fit student-led learning opportunities. How do you make sure that you're covering the state standards? There's many ways to employ choice and student-led learning in the classroom and cover the standards. Choice can be full or partial, or used as a reward, or as a performance task to assess knowledge from a previous lesson. An intuitive teacher can also find many ways into making standards relevant when facilitating questions or making connections. Classrooms can use performance tasks to check for student understanding of a variety of topics. What if my kids don't want to try anything or they're not motivated? Doing nothing is never an option. Teaching students to brainstorm or doodle in their sketchbooks is a good resource for those who might have an idea. In other cases, students would be required to make a work of art based on the teacher demonstration.